Good morning, students. Welcome to our class, Biological Science. In the previous class, we discussed that microorganisms, different types of microorganisms and their uses and harmful to the animals or the humans. And the vaccines, who developed the vaccines, tablets, injections, what are their purposes, antibodies, antibiotics. We discussed everything. Now, we are going to start another new lesson in this class. What is that? Before that, I will explain a brief introduction for this. A few words about the introduction. In one day in Ritwik school, a baby pigeon. A baby pigeon called as quack. So, one day a baby pigeon fell down from a nest. In one day in Ritwik school, one baby pigeon has fell down from its nest, from the ventilator. With the help of his friends, Ritwik again kept that baby pigeon in the nest. At the time, he observed that some of the eggs are present in it. Okay. And two baby pigeons are trying to come out from the eggs. So he wondered about this. From the small eggs, the pigeons are come out, how they are growing, how they are forming in the eggs. So he has a doubt. Can be there pigeons if there were no eggs? Can be there pigeons if there were no eggs? Can there be pigeons if there were no eggs? Can there be eggs if there were no pigeons? Can you give the answer? Can there be birds without eggs? Can there be eggs without birds? We are very difficult to answer such type of questions. So all these are related to a topic, reproduction. Okay? The formation of or creating of new life from the eggs or from other animals, it belongs to a topic, reproduction. Here, re means again, produce. So, we know very well, all organisms are producing babies to continue their race or to continue their life. We understand that. So, what is reproduction? The process by which living organism produce babies is called reproduction. The process by which living organism produce the babies, new organisms, is called reproduction. You understand? So there were number of animals that present around us. Some of them are small animals, some of them are huge animals, big animals. If you observe among them any characteristics that help us to find out which type of reproduction or how they are reproduced. Here, we know very well all the birds laying eggs. The birds are laying eggs and baby birds are come out from the eggs. Is it true? Is it true? All animals and all birds, like all birds, all animals produce the eggs. All animals lay the eggs and all babies come out from the eggs. Give your answer. Like the birds, all animals also produce the babies, like laying eggs. No. some animals produce the babies from their body. Okay, now through their bodies. They do not lay any eggs. They directly give birth to young ones. That means some animals give birth to offspring from their bodies. For example, number of small animals are there, big animals are there. What are the characters that we present? On which basis we can identify which animal produce the eggs and which animal produce the babies directly from the bodies. If you take some animals as example, cow, sheep, frog, fish, birds, like this. Among them, you have to make a table with external ears. Ears present or absent. If you take elephant, external ears present, external ears absent. Ears like us, elephant, external ears are present. Cows, external ears. Sheep, frog, it does not have external ears. Fish, not have external ears. Birds, you can write some more examples. Snakes, okay. Cats, okay na? So these animals have external ears and these animals do not have the external ears. And we can take another example also, another character, that is epidermal hairs. Hairs. Hair. Hairs are the body. Epidermal hairs. So these animals have the hair on their body. Frog not have the hair. Hair is absent, here absent, here absent, here feathers are present in birds. So in these animals hairs are absent. In these animals hairs are present. So on this table, once you think about how these animals reproduce, frogs can give birth to babies directly from the bodies or they lay the eggs. All these animals lay eggs. Frogs. Sorry, this is fish. Fish lay eggs. Birds lay eggs. Snakes, bird lay eggs. Lizards. You can write number of examples. Lay eggs. Elephant. They give birth to babies from their bodies. Cows give birth. Sheep give birth. Cat give birth. Human give birth. So by observing this table, these animals which do not have the external ears and epidermal hairs, they are laying eggs. So these are called oviparous animals. Okay? The animals which do not have external ears and epidermal hairs are called oviparous animals. Here, these animals which have the external ears and epidermal hairs are called viviparous animals. Okay? So, the viviparous animals which have the external ears and epidermal hairs can give birth to babies from their body. Here, these animals which do not have the external ears and epidermal hairs, they lay eggs. So they are called oviparous animals. So according to this, we can divide these animals into oviparous animals and viviparous animals. How does the reproduction takes place? The reproduction takes place either sexually or asexually. In all these animals, sexual reproduction takes place. In which animals the asexual mode of reproduction takes place? In your 7th class, you have already studied about the plants and how the reproduction takes place. Here, the mode of reproduction is two types. Production and sexual reproduction. So, what is reproduction? The process by which living organism produces new babies. So, it takes place by the sexually or asexually. What is asexual reproduction? So, in this process, in the process of sexual reproduction, there is a formation of gametes. Formation of gametes. Here, no formation of gametes. Here, two or more organisms are involved. Are present here. Single organism can reproduce itself into, or a single organism can reproduce. Do you understand? So here, the first I will explain about the asexual mode of reproduction. So in this asexual mode of reproduction, there is no formation of gametes. A single organism can reproduce the babies like itself. Okay now? Which are looking like itself. It takes place most of the time in microorganisms. Okay? So in plants also it takes place, but here I am taking the example of microorganisms. So in microorganisms like hydra and amoeba, bacteria, asexual mode of reproduction takes place. During unfavorable conditions, the organisms can perform this asexual mode of reproduction. There is no formation of gamete takes place. A single organism is involved. So as the formation of gametes does not take place, no fission of gametes also takes place. Here another point, no fusion of gametes. And it forms the babies which are similar to them. Okay, now here fusion takes place. Okay, so for example, if you take hydra. Hydra is a microscopic organism which produces asexually. Hydra, a microscopic organism, reproduces asexually. In these organisms, the new babies are formed from the buds. So this hydra may have one or more bulges on its body. So listen carefully, the hydra microscopic organism, if you observe carefully, it has one or more buds on its body, small bud-like structure. One or more buds on its body. When the bud starts germinates or starts growing, when it grows completely and similar to the parent, at the time it separates itself from the parent and leads its life as an individual. Do you understand? So hydra, the microscopic organism reproduced by asexually. So in this hydra, one or more buds are present. The buds, swelling buds, okay, now swollen parts, buds. The bud separates itself from the parent body and leads its life as an individual. This is the asexual mode of reproduction that we can see in the hydra. Do you understand? Hydra has buds. The buds grow itself as an identical copy to the parent and separate itself from the parent and leads its life as an individual. And another important example is amoeba.